What's up guys, Devildog Gamer here, and as requested, I have a special video for you guys. We are going to show off my real firearms. I know it's been a while since we've done one of these videos, but I haven't really changed the collection too much, minus two of them, but we'll go into detail a little bit of them, show off all the different ammo types and everything. But, as per requested, here is all of my firearms. They are all lined up on the ground like this. It's kind of messy. I was trying to figure out a way to do this a little better, but this is the way we're going with it. So first up, we have, this is my normal carry gun. This is the USP Compact 9mm. What I usually carry, the reason I like it is, for one, it has a decocker, so I can decock the hammer. It has an oversized slide release, and it has a giant oversized thumb safety. I don't carry a gun unless it has a thumb safety. That is my big issue with it. Other than that, the mag release is this little thing right here. That's kind of annoying, but once you get over it, fantastic firearm. There's a little bit of just sway around the trigger. All these firearms have been cleared by me, by the way, so I don't want to hear, oh, you're unsafe with firearms. Fuck that shit. It's tiny. It's a double stack, so it's a little hard to conceal with Florida's normal weather, shorts and t-shirts. But hey, it works. It's a badass firearm. I really, really like it. But, you know, I'm still a 1911 fan. So we'll put this aside. We'll go on to the next. Now this is Mrs. Devildog's firearm. This is a USP 45 CT. It's a compact tactical 45 caliber USP. Also has a threaded barrel. I can throw my suppressor on it. All I gotta do is change out the piston. Same mechanic, decocker, oversized safety, oversized slide release, and you know, the weird mag release. The reason she got this was because she got kind of comfortable shooting my 9mm USP, and she wanted to bump it up to a 45 because she likes the 45. So that's how we roll, and we're definitely H&K fans in this household, which is good. They're a good company. They make some really awesome stuff. All right, so on to the next. I know this is awkward. I'm sorry, guys. The missus isn't here to help me record. So this is a Ruger 22 pistol. I got this on a whim. It was on sale for dirt cheap, and I figured, you know what, 22 caliber, that works. We can do some stuff, a lot more shooting with it. I don't really like it. It's a tack driver. It's easy to actually go out and, you know, really shoot a lot more, but it's, I don't know, it's not really my kind of gun. It definitely has a weird feel to it grip-wise, and it's weird to shoot, but if you want to go out and shoot on a budget, you know, this is your gun, I guess. And it's a pain in the ass to clean. Oh my god, this thing is just horrid to take apart and field strip. Horrible. But, hey, you want to shoot on a budget? This is your thing right here. I wouldn't suggest carrying it, though. So on to the bad boy. Now this thing, for comparison, hold on. Let me get, here's my USP 9 right next to it, okay? Look at the size of the cylinder compared to you. This is the cylinder, by the way. Look at the comparison of it. I mean, it's just gigantic compared to it. This is my Taurus Raging Judge. This thing is about 8 pounds by itself, just solid aluminum or whatever the hell it is. It is just a monster. Now, the crazy thing about this gun is that it shoots 3 types of ammo. It shoots 45 long Colt, 454 Casull, and 410 shotgun shells. That's right, it's a fucking beast. This thing, I got this mainly to go pig shooting, because they don't like to die when you shoot them. Pigs are really hard to kill, and the variation of rounds in it would just allow to kind of pick off things whenever you want, or pick and choose. It now becomes my home defense weapon because there are some really cool 410 shotgun shells that you can actually use that are just small and compact. And then the 454 is such a loud and intimidating large round that you can just fire it in the ceiling and everyone's going to amp spray your house. Nobody is going to stick around that house whatsoever. And because when you run out, it's fucking heavy as shit. So when I hit you over the head with it, you're going down. This is not a carry weapon. I would not carry this whatsoever. It's also scary to shoot. I know a few people have bitched out on shooting this gun. It is quite intimidating to fire, and once you actually see it. There's a few videos I have on my channel of me shooting this thing. It's nasty. This thing is definitely a wrist breaker. You feel it for the next few days. It is insanity. But this is an awesome, awesome gun. We'll show off the rounds here in a little bit so you guys get an idea what we got. So on to my next. This is my baby. This is my baby. This is a Kimber SIS Custom, and they actually don't make it anymore. It's a 1911 45 caliber. It is a nail driver. I can hit anything out to 50 yards with this firearm. It's just my favorite thing in the entire world.
it's just such a beast weapon. It is insane. And then I have the Tyrant 45, the AAC Tyrant 45 suppressor. Had to put the suppressor on it. 45 calibers are subsonic rounds, so putting a suppressor on them is usually the logical choice. Usually the least quiet out of the batch. It's actually really cool. So it didn't come with a threaded barrel off the bat, so I had to put a Storm Lake threaded barrel into it. Actually, is a really good match grade barrel. It didn't lose accuracy whatsoever. Quite enjoyed it. This thing is my pride and joy. I would love to carry it, but since it's a full size, it's definitely hard to conceal with shorts and t-shirts. But this is my. If I had to sell every single one, I would keep the 45. The 1911 is just a beast. It is amazing. I've had this thing since, God, 2007, I think, and I'll never get rid of it. I've put maybe 15 to 20,000 rounds through it, and I haven't had to replace a single damn thing from it. It is just amazing. Of course, it has a thumb safety, both sides, ambidextrous. It is amazing. I mean, this trigger is a hair trigger. You blow on it, and it fucking goes off. It's just awesome. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so on to the next. This is an AK-74. This is a Century Arms Bulgarian Ports Kit, AK-74. I picked this up when, weapons weren't expensive for $300 with 9 magazines. Imagine that. I also got I forget the company that makes this quad rail on it, which is not too bad. Then a pressure sensitive grip, because I used to have a laser on here, took it off. And a Vortex red dot sight. If you want to get a real good actual red dot, instead of buying an aim point, get a Vortex. They're amazing. I mean, it's right there with an aim point, and it's cheap as shit. I think it's like $150. Now, on the back of it, I have this weird looking stock. You're probably wondering what the hell is up with the stock. Actually, let me flip it over so I can show you guys the stock a little better. Okay, so there's a weird stock. So I turn this little knob, and the whole stock just goes like this. That's kind of weird. Well, this is a slide fire stock. This allows me to do simulated automatic fire. And the way it does it, I can't really show it with only one hand in the camera. So you see this little grip right here? You put your finger on that, and you hold it there. And you apply forward pressure, and this hole from the stock forward, including the trigger, is all independent from the stock. So as you slide forward, boom, it fires from where your finger is. And then at the forward pressure, okay, the recoil sends it back, and the forward pressure that you're applying brings it back again, and boom, 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 boom. So the whole thing just slides like this, and with the recoil, it's just pretty much recoil and forward pressure driven. Automatic fire. Got some videos on YouTube of me using it. The thing's just nuts. I've been having a lot of issues with it, with the extractor, and just not pulling out some of these rounds. So I can get through like maybe a quarter of a mag, 10 rounds maybe, and it just seizes up, and there's an expended round stuck inside the chamber, and I have to mallet it out, and it's just a pain. Not really a fan of the Russian stuff, but the AK-74 is definitely a lot better than the AK-47. Definitely one of my favorite AKs, and I'll show you why later. All right, so now to the big beast. This is the most rarely used firearm in my collection. This is a Rock River LAR-15. I originally started putting this together as a long-range marksman rifle. I wanted to break the 1,000 yards with the 223 with this rifle. That was what I was going for. Never got a chance to do it. I've only shot this thing a few times at about 100 yards, and then one time at 500 yards, which it did pretty crappy at, and that's due to this. This is a Kona scope. I went on the cheap route instead of buying, a very expensive one. And for a while, it actually works pretty well. It has locking turrets, so you can just adjust your... I think I just totally locked it. Okay, unlocked it. So you can adjust your windage and everything just pretty quickly. I'm going to have to re-zero it anyways, and lock it so where it can't turn. And it's actually pretty accurate. I got it when I first got it. I was doing pretty well with it. I could quickly dope in and send some shit down range. But then it started doing issues where every click would drop like 6 to the right for the windage, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then it just became this mess of trying to get it back on target, and it wasn't happening whatsoever. So then it became to the point where once I figured out where it was landing, I'm just using the mil dots on the optic and just dropping them in. And so that's basically what I do with it now. Every time I take it out, I usually just fucking dope it with the mils and go from there. It's got a 24-inch bull barrel, stupid heavy, Harris bipod. I got a Magpul PRS stock and a monopod on the back. And I don't really like the monopod too much, but the monopod's pretty cool because you can just give it a little twist and you elevate just a little bit. So if you just really want to kind of really get on target and without kind of changing your stance. You can just kind of give this a nice little twist in your stance, and boom, there it goes. You're back on target. But it's pretty nice. I mean, it's definitely a good rifle. I like it a lot. Heavy as sin. Usually 75 grain. Match grade ammo does pretty well through this thing. But yeah, that's my big gun that I never really ever use one of these days. Because most ranges I've been to are usually around 100 to 200 yards. I've only seen a few that are different distances. Okay, so we're going to do an ammo comparison. Let me set this up real quick. I'm going to go in ascending order here. Hold on. The devil dog is trying. Okay. So here, we got ammo. So on the left, we have a 22 caliber. Right next to that is a 9mm. See if I can get it better. There we go. So we got a 9mm. Then we have a 45. Then we have a 45 long Colt. Then a 454 Casull. Then the 410 shotgun shell. Then a 223 or 5.56. And then the round from the AK, which is the 5.45 by 39, also known as the poison dart. Now, the 45 long Colt's actually pretty cool. The judge shoots this one, along with the 454 Casull, which, I mean, if you see comparison-wise to the 45, it is just insane. Then the 410, these are PDX. These have 345 caliber discs that come out of them, along with 9 pellets. This is my home defense round for the judge. Basically, it just spreads hate and discontent whenever you fire it. Then this is a 75 grain hollow point boat tail, match grade, steel case, of course, because I'm on the cheap route for the 223. And then, I mean, if you see the comparison for the tips of these things, I mean, the 545 is just crazy. We used to call them poison darts. They really, when they hit you, they really do some maiming damage, hardcore. That's the main reason I went for the AK-74. The AK-74 was, I mean, they went on this ammo route to kind of compete with the 5.56. And they did it pretty well. They're pretty accurate rounds. Fortunately, you can't really find brass 5.45, so you got to do steel. And that's mainly my feed problem with the AK-74 is that the lacquer that they have on these steel cases will stick when the chamber gets hot. Which, when you put a slide fire on an AK-74, happens quite a bit. So it definitely happens and locks it all up. But yeah. And then I have these. These are actually, you see the little wax tip in it? It keeps the hollow point from expanding and passing through clothing. And these are the zombie rounds. They're green. I just got them because I thought they were cool. Those are what I usually carry. I carry the little wax coated, the wax inlays, hollow points in my carry pistols. But yeah, this is basically it. My firearm collection. Nothing really spectacular. I mean, it's just a few guns. I don't really have the money to expand like I want to, but one of these days we'll get there. One of these days we'll get there, and we'll expand a lot more. But there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Nice little video, show off my firearm collection. I will be doing some more shooting videos because I found a place that will some land that'll let us shoot. We might do some actually pretty cool, like from the holster drills and shit like that, and have a lot of fun with that. But hope you guys enjoyed. Talk to you later. Peace.